My name's Ross. I was never really, I wouldn't call myself a Christian before. A couple of years ago I did an Alpha course, having never really, I sort of had a rough feeling something was out there, but I didn't quite know what, and I thought, you know, I'll give this Alpha course a go. I've had a lot of frustrations from the course, but I did pick something up from it that made me start going to church regularly, and from there it's sort of, I moved to the Bristol area. We're invited to a Carols by Candlelight concert at Woodlands Church, and we came, we absolutely loved it. Great atmosphere, loved the people there, very friendly, so we started coming regularly. That was nearly 2 years ago now. Did another Alpha course at Woodlands and sort of took a lot more from that and a lot more sort of detail from that. And since then, really, I think I've grown astronomically in my faith. Doing an Alpha course at Woodlands and then feeding into a pastorate from it, I think was the missing link in many ways at Woodlands for me to start with. Was it sort of the access to the church. Woodlands is such a big church, which is fantastic in many ways. It's such a big, vibrant church, but also sometimes there's that small church feeling that you do miss, the closer relationships, the fact that people know you very well and you can talk to them a bit more intimately than you would sort of a bigger church group. And feeding on from an Alpha course, going into then a pastorate was fantastic, and that was sort of, it gives Woodlands not just the big church feeling, but the small church feeling as well that it can sometimes be missed. I want to be baptised for me, until a few years ago when I sort of became a Christian, I lived a pretty untypically Christian life. Nothing extravagant, probably not much different to many people sort of my age would live in. But to me, it was sort of, even after I became a Christian, Christianity and my faith in God was a small segment of my life, and it remained that until really a year ago, I'd say, and I started to slowly sort of look at it and say, this, you know, I can't keep this as a segment of my life, it has to be my life. And it's kind of now, this is for me, my sort of my statement, the washing away of everything else that's happened in the past, and it is my, you know, this is me now, this is, I am a Christian, I live for God, and this is my life.
My name's Steph and I'm engaged to Ross. Throughout my childhood I would have said that I was a Christian, and I went to sort of carol services, christenings and all the sort of things like that. 2 years ago I got asked by a friend if me and Ross both wanted to go to a carol service at Woodlands. It was the Carols by Candlelight. We were both really keen to go and explore it a bit more. After going to the carol service, my friend had said to me, you know, did I want to start coming to Woodlands? And the carol service made me think that I did really want to spend more time sort of looking into going to church and how I can explore it more. Following the carol service, I think it was probably about 8 months later, my friend introduced me to an Alpha course, and Ross had already done one, but I hadn't, and I was really keen to get onto the course and see what it had to offer me. So I went to the Alpha course and really enjoyed it, loved meeting weekly, and got loads from it, as well as meeting loads of friends, and spending lots of time with everyone there was just brilliant, and hearing what everyone had to say. At that point we then started the Bridge Pastorate group, which was excellent. It gave me the time that I needed to look into things a bit more and have the opportunity to sort of read the Bible and things and explore what I wanted to explore a bit more. Again, it was great because I met lots of friends, and it was brilliant just to share our experiences, because we'd all come from a similar sort of background with going through Alpha and fairly new Christians. I think the best thing about coming to faith for me is probably the support it's given me. I feel like everyday events that maybe in the past might have troubled me or I might have found hard, I feel like I've got that bit of extra love and support around me now. Also, I feel like it's changed a lot of my relationships with family and friends and people, and also with work and my nursing. I think it's helped me take a different view to life and more of a positive step forward. Through getting baptised, I'd really love God just to show me more of himself and give me the opportunity to explore him more and explore Christianity more and just develop my faith.